and our 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 guests. So for this very is a special meeting the word the word of the day is 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 stagnate, which mean to 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 become inactive, dull, or or to to stop. That 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 may be used like I became is stagnated when 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 the robbers approached me.
Okay.
So please use this use much as possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saad. Now the grammarian of the day, Toastmaster Sidra, would you like to explain your role?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. This is TM Sidrawan from KTC, and I am holding the role of grammarian today. I'll be focusing on the speech act throughout the meeting and will take notes of grammatical errors, if any, and might suggest some alternates or substitutes which help improve the quality of the language. In addition, I will also take note and record awesome usages of the language, and I will present my report at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Shall we move to another rule holder?
Yeah. I would now like to introduce our counter of the day, who is Toastmaster Farhan Jaswal. Farhan Jaswal, please introduce your role.
Hello everyone. My today's role is the R counter. So I have my role will be to note down all the R's, ums, and all the non-fillers and pauses, and report my sheet that I will be making during this meeting at the end of the meeting to the Toastmaster of the evening. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Next, I'll ask our listener or super grammarian of the day, who is none other than DTM Zaid Kalia, to please introduce your role. Okay, I believe he appears to be online. Maybe he's not on the laptop. Next, I'll introduce our timer of the day, who is Toastmaster Imran Rana. Please introduce your role.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Talha. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I'm the timer today. My role is to make sure that the meeting proceedings hopefully are on time. There will be different timing for different segments. For table topic speeches, the speaker has to speak for about 1 minute to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. At 1 minute, I'll show the green card. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I'll show the yellow card. At 2 minutes, I'll show the red card. That means after 30 seconds, the speaker is disqualified. There will be no bell signals or something like that. Consider it that as a table topic contest or international speech contest. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Imran Rana. And now it's the turn of vote counter of the day, who is Toastmaster Saad Arif. Please introduce your role. Wait, was it Saad Khan? Toastmaster Rusa? Was it? It was Saad Khan, right?
Just left.
Yeah.
Yes, it was Saad Khan, but he's not available right now.
Okay, fair enough. So I'll conduct the voting, no worries. So at the end of the 4 segments, you'll be asked to vote, and you can vote privately to me through the Zoom group chat. And the voting will be for the best prepared speaker, best evaluator, best big 4, and best table topic speaker. And with that, I hand over the charge to my co-host of the day, Toastmaster Ufa Kamal.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, we will be starting the prepared speech session, and we will be calling our first speaker, Toastmaster Farhan Jaswal, and his evaluator is Toastmaster Imran Rana.
I did not
Toastmaster-
have his evaluation sheet.
Okay.
Imran, I've WhatsApped you.
Okay, just a minute. Yes, I've received. So, Toastmaster Farhan Jaswal delivering his first project from level 3, if I'm correct. The purpose statement of this project is, the purpose of this project is for the member to practice developing and presenting a proposal. The member will deliver a well-organized speech about his or her proposal. The proposal may affect any area of the member's personal or professional life or the Toastmasters Club. The member may present the entire proposal or aspect of it. The speech may be humorous, informational, or any style the member chooses. The style of the speech should be fit the content. The speech is not a report or the content of the present a proposal project. Time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. Yes,
Yes.
5 to 7 minutes.
Yes.
Toastmaster
5 to
Farhan
7
Jaswal.
minutes.
Okay. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Loud and
Ma-
clear.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, unlike like most of you, I too had never heard the most terrifying 6-digit words, that is Corona. The word also known as the COVID-19. It's almost like a code red nowadays, COVID-19. So it's all around the news. Everyone is talking about it. And after that, it has been called a pandemic by the World Health Organization. It started from a small place in China, and within days it spread throughout the world, affecting millions of people around the world. So, how exactly our community is how badly our community is affected by this virus? Now, according to the latest figures by the WHO, I was Google these figures recently. More than 500,000 people are now being infected by this virus, and thousands have been reported as casualties. So now, like any other virus, this too has to survive, not on itself, but it depends. This life of this virus depends upon a living human like all of us. So therefore, it has to enter inside a living body to survive. It is just like the unwanted guests in our houses, that no one wants to enter. And as long as, and we really want to get rid of that unwanted guest as soon as possible. So now you may have came across many kind of situations in your life, but social distancing is something very new to all of us, because as we are human beings, we are we are called social animals. We are very much dependent on other humans. We go to our offices to work together. We get education in our institutions, and also in our homes. We are as socially we are dependent on other human beings. So so the only can I, hello?
Carry on, carry on.
Okay. So the only so the country who has fought well, I think TM Saad is writing on. So so the country that has fought well against this virus is China, from which it first originated, this virus from. So they have proposed a solution for this virus to spread is to lock themselves inside their homes and started social distancing from other human beings. So social distancing means we have to cut ourselves from everyone. No, that's not what social distancing is all about. Well, first of all, it starts from yourself. Like when I returned home, Lahore from Karachi, I also put myself in a quarantine, or voluntarily self isolating myself from my family members. Now, at first, it wasn't that pleasant because everyone felt awkward, or they were expecting their son to come to home after months away from them. So at first, it was not very pleasant, but uh, they were all aware of this virus, and they knew that the only way for the virus to affect us is by transmitting from one human being to another by physical contact. So the solution is pretty simple: isolate yourself and your loved ones. So you are the best judge for this. So you are the best judge for this social distancing. Imagine us. Imagine a virtual circle around you, and maintain 2 to 3 meters distance from other people. Now, this will uh, really help you. This will really help you from fighting against this virus, from spreading to other human beings. And avoid any unnecessary physical contact. That means no handshakes and no hugs, avoiding any public gathering, or like in this case, our government has enforced a lockdown, or you can say a small curfew on us. So we have to stay in our homes to avoid this virus from infecting us. Last but not the least, there is a big privilege to all of us, that is technology. You can bridge, or you can close the gap that this social distance has created by video calling, or like in this present case, Zooming, using this app, Zooming, and making meetings to organize your office work. And maintaining social distancing in this era is not a very difficult task. if you actually make your boundaries set for yourselves. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Farhan. Our next speaker is Toastmaster Shamam. She will be delivering a project from Strategic Relationships Level 5. And her evaluator is Toastmaster Babar Ali Hussain. Toastmaster Babar, please introduce the project.
I have sent the evaluation form in the chat window.
Yes, it's visible. Toastmaster Babar, if you see the chat window, you can see the evaluation resource.
DM Shema, you can kindly WhatsApp me the resource. I cannot find it in the group.
Oh, I'll have to then use my phone, and I don't have the file on my phone yet.
Babar, if you see the Zoom group chat window, Toastmaster Shamam has shared that.
And when I open it, the application crashes. Let me try again.
Okay. I'll see if I can do it on WhatsApp.
Can we move to the next speaker?
I'm facing the same problem. The application is crashing when I open the link.
Do you have an email? Can I send it to you on email?
Sure. Let me WhatsApp you the email, and you can send me the again. Okay.
In that case, perhaps I can go on to Toastmaster Mariam. First of all, Toastmaster Mariam, are you ready? Are you prepared?
Yes. If I'm audible, I'm ready.
Yeah, Toastmaster Mariam's catchphrase is, "Am I audible?" So yes, you are audible.
Yeah, well, I'm ready.
Okay, today Toastmaster Mariam is doing a project from the entertainment, resources for entertainment. She has to draw an entertaining story other than her personal experience. She has to adapt her material to suit her topic, her personality, and audience. And the time for this project is 5 to 7 minutes. So Toastmaster Mariam, if you're ready, please go ahead.
1 second. I just need time to, get used to this setup. Am I audible completely?
Yes.
Okay, just a minute. It was a casual, sunny afternoon, and my cousin Alina was at her friend's place. Now, her friend's place was in the same building as hers, but her apartment was on the 6th floor, whereas her friend's apartment was at the 2nd floor. So she was at her friend's place, busy chatting with them, when all of a sudden, one of her friend's brother interrupted them by saying, "Does anyone here even know what has happened? The restaurant on the ground floor of this building is on fire, so everybody needs to evacuate the building right now." Now, the moment everybody heard this, they left the building immediately. But Alina, on the other hand, didn't know what to do. So she started to recall all that was taught to her during the fire drill of her school. And the first thing that came to her mind was the fire alarm. Why didn't the fire alarm go off? And if the fire alarm didn't go off, it meant that her mother, who was on the 6th floor inside the apartment, probably had no clue about what had just happened. But at the same time, Alina was also worried for her brothers, Ibad and Azhal, aged 10 and 8 years respectively, who were in the parking area, busy playing with their bicycle. So Alina first went into the parking area, found her brothers there, held their hands, and then immediately rushed to the 6th floor. She went inside the apartment and found her mom busy cooking in the kitchen. So she went up to her mom and said, "Mom, do you know what? The restaurant at the ground floor of this building is on fire. I brought Ibad and Azhal from the parking area and..." But before she could complete her sentence, her mom said, "Wait, you brought Ibad and Azhal but not the bicycle? Do you even have any idea how expensive the bicycle is? And how many kids in the building? After all, you belong to a very rich family." So, Alina said, "Mom, I just told you that the restaurant and the..." And her mom said, "Then what about my dal chawal that are still cooking on the stove? I know why you're doing this. You must have eaten something at your friend's house, and now you are in no mood to eat my dal chawal, right?" And so started drinking. And after talking to the guard on the intercom, Alina's mom was finally convinced that this building was on fire and this was something serious. So she forgot about that bicycle and that dal chawal, but no, she did not leave the apartment. Instead, she went inside her room and took out a big, black, dusty old bag from the cupboard. And then she started putting the important documents in that bag, like the property files, the passports, the CNICs of all the family members. She then went into the storeroom in search of her safe, where she had all her money and jewelry. But since there was a stack of cardboard boxes in front of the safe, she first had to remove those to access it. So she started getting rid of those boxes. Now, Alina, who was very confused by now, said, "Mom, I don't understand what you're trying to do here. I told you the building is on fire. We can't just save ourselves by hiding behind these boxes. The building has not been attacked by terrorists." To which her mom said, "Oh, you fool, just remember, don't ever tell anybody that this is where I keep all my money and jewelry." And then she transferred all that money and jewelry from that safe into that black. The dal chawal were still cooking, but no, she still didn't leave the apartment. She now went on to lock the windows of the whole house. And Alina, who was very frustrated by now, said, "Mom, let's just leave. Please spare the windows for now." And so her mom said, "I have been cleaning this house since 7 in the morning, and now you want me to leave these windows open so that the whole house gets dusty. If you would have stopped acting like Papa ki pari and would have considered cleaning the house for once, you wouldn't have said these things. But no, why would you clean anything? After all, you have your maid standing right here in front of you." And so her mom then went on to lock the windows of the house. And after that, she was finally ready to leave the apartment. But this time, instead of taking the stairs, she went on to call the elevator. Alina was angry now. She yelled, "Mom, just please listen to me for once. You were clearly told during the fire drill to never call the elevator and always take these stairs." And Alina's mom actually listened to what she was saying and took these stairs. And this is how Alina, her mother, and both of her brothers successfully managed to get out of the building. And when they went outside, they saw that a lot of residents gathered outside that restaurant. But since the firefighters were also there by then, everything seemed to be pretty much in control. In the midst of all of this, one of Alina's neighbor, who also happened to be her mom's friend, spotted them, approached them, and said, "Hey, where have you been? What took you so long? I thought of calling you at first, but then I realized that I forgot my phone in the building. and I did not want to take the risk of getting into the building again. And just by the way, what's the deal with this big black bag? Do you plan to go somewhere? And that is when Alina's mom froze for a second. Because when she had looked into the entire crowd, she realized that she was the only one who underwent a series of preparations at different levels and ended up carrying a bag full of valuables and money. On the other hand, there were people who even forgot their phones in the building because nobody had the time to process anything. Everybody was just following their instincts. And that is when Alina's mom realized that what she did was irresponsible and immature in the sense that this way she did not just risk her life, but also her kid's life, something that she hadn't realized back in the apartment, despite Alina's constant reminders. And so this meant that she now needed a backup story because that bag was now embarrassing her and she didn't want to reveal in front of anyone what she had or what took her so long. So she said, well, yeah, actually, I was thinking of spending the weekend at Lowe's. And she instantly got an auto and left the scene immediately. And so the moral of the story is that not just the kids, but the adults should also be part of the fire drills so that they know what not to do in case of a building fire. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Maria. Now I believe we have Toastmaster Shamam Khan, whose project will be introduced by Toastmaster Babarali Hassan. Can you please introduce the project?
Yes, let's have the project's details. TM Shamam will be presenting the speech titled The Cocoon. And the purpose of her project is to apply the skills needed to successfully lead in a volunteer organization, and also to share some aspect of her experience serving as a leader in a volunteer organization. And the speech title is The Cocoon, and the speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. Let's have TM Shamam on the floor for the speech. Over to you.
Last week, stagnant in the lockdown, I was surfing through local TV channels and one scene grabbed my attention. There was this mother and son where mother was insisting the son to marry the girl of her choice and son obviously resisting. So a couple of minutes of hot talks between them, finally mother said, I am your mother. Whatever I say is right. The boy surrendered. Mother power. So I switched on to another TV channel then. Coincidentally, same scene with a bit of a difference. Now here in this scene, mother and son were discussing the merits and demerits for the girl of his mother's choice. So, and a cool discussion talking about it, the both were talking about it. In the climax, after a cool discussion, boy was convinced to marry the girl of his mother's choice. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, if there is any, I want to ask you now, which home now would have healthier domestic environment? The home where boy surrendered, or the home where boy is convinced? Most of you would say none, but majority might say that this home where there was a to and fro of feedback and discussions, and this home is better. Now let me take you to another scenario. This scenario now is about a project in Toastmasters Club. I had to lead this project some 2 months ago, and for that I needed a team of 4 Toastmasters from the same club. So I completed my team. Here, it is pertinent to remember that Toastmaster is a volunteer setup. Here, there is no compulsion for a Toastmaster to follow another Toastmaster as a lead. There is no annual confidential reports, salary raise, nothing like that. Still, the members choose to follow a leader. Why was that? And before I go to why was that, I want to tell you, oh boy, what was the experience and what was the involvement level and excitement level of the team member throughout the planning phase and then implementation of the project in one of the Toastmasters Club meeting. Now, I would go to the question, how was it possible? I have an answer to that. I applied leader-member exchange theory. Theory tells us, creates opportunities for the members for personal growth, build a strong environment for mutual respect, trickle down the commitments to the members. As a result, the project was a success. President of Karachi Toastmasters Club appreciated that project, and I was happy that I achieved it. But wait, let me ask you, do I seem like exercising my mother power? Everything I do, everything I say is right? Well, to deal with not behaving like blowing my own trumpet, I preferred to have members' feedback about the skills that I used or I required to lead in this setup in the project as a leader. So the minute this thought came to my mind, a battle crown was there in my mind. And there were questions like, are you crazy, Shama? You are asking your team members to judge you? You are going to put yourself in the line of fire? And then there was this scary thought from a Yugoslavian performance artist. And she says that if provided with a stage, the people will truly heard. That was difficult to ask people to provide feedback. But I did not want to behave like a blinkered horse. So I proceeded with taking the feedback of my members. And I stuck to my decision about it. I used a 360 evaluation firm provided by Toastmasters again. And voila, what a feedback. Most of my members, in fact, all of my members put me into the Excel column and bit of, things to improve. And at the same time, I would like to share a secret with all new members that at Toastmasters, we are taught to provide feedback around the principles of appreciation, encouragement, without any negativity. So that could be because of that I got a good marks. Jokes aside, fellow Toastmasters and guests, the best experience that I had from leading a project in such a volunteer setup was the learning that maintaining a healthy environment among the team members, the leaders have to come out of their cocoons of I always do the right, I always say the right. Instead, they have to have a vision and respect for the members because they are following you out of choice. A leader must not disappoint the members. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shaman. Now, I would ask our timer to tell us whether everyone qualified.
Everyone is qualified.
Okay, great. So I will ask you to send me a private message on the Zoom app for your favorite speaker. Our first speaker was Toastmaster Farhan Jaswal. Our second speaker was Toastmaster Mariam Arif, and our third speaker was Toastmaster Shaman. Please vote for your favorite speaker and send a private message to me so that I can compile the votes. Thank you so much. Now I will hand over the floor to our co-host of the evening, Toastmaster Urusa Kawan.
Thank you, DTM Tala. That was a wonderful prepared speaker session. The next session is the table topic session, which will be conducted by none other than Toastmaster Urusa Mohsin. And she has chosen a theme, what if? What if ... So let's head over to Toastmaster Urusa Mohsin and see what she has in her what she has in store for us. Toastmaster Rusa Mohsin.
Thank you so much, Rusa Kamal. So to the very few guests that we have here, to tell you about table topics, I will be giving you a topic and you will have to speak on it at least for 1 minute to qualify. And the maximum time is 2 minutes, 30 seconds, after which you will be disqualified. So make sure that you speak at least for 1 minute. And we have Mr. Malik Dilawar. Can we please have you? Mr. Malik Dilawar. Do we have him online?
Yes, we do have him online. Malik
so
Dilawar, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you guys.
Okay,
Hello to everyone.
Hello. So your topic is, what if you wake up and discovered you were the only person on earth? What if you woke up and discovered you were the only person on earth? Over to you.
Yeah, I got it. Actually, this reminds me of a movie. There is a movie that's of Will Smith. Then the movie name is I Am the Legend, and that movie is based on this scenario. And he's the only person who survived in the world alone, only with his puppy. So I got the same scenario. If I got the same scenario, if I any morning, if I realize that I'm the only person on earth, what I would be doing. Actually, if the humanity vanished and the world got free without, the world is empty from humans, and actually the nature will show its original shape. So what I would be supposed to be doing in that situation, I think I would try my best for my survival. How would I survive? I mean, being alone in the world is definitely would be a very rare situation. My survival will be very tough. So my plan would be to do things for my survival. So yeah, after my survival, I would be planning something else. So the first thing I would be doing is to survive and to live. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, great. The next speaker that we have is Abdul Halim. Abdul Halim, can you?
Yeah, I can hear you. Assalamu alaikum.
Okay. Walaikum salam. The word of the day is stagnate, and your topic is, what if you could stop time whenever you wanted to? What if you could stop time whenever you wanted to? The word of the day is stagnate.
I didn't get you, ma'am.
Okay, the topic is, what if you could stop time whenever you wanted to? Is that clear?
Yeah, it's now clear.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not, I don't know what to say about this, that what is the time that I wanted to stop a time. I guess I have no words for this topic, but I will try a little bit that the situation that we all are facing today, like the pandemic, which has been spread all over the world, and it is creating a kind of very worse situation, and the people are not getting fear just because of the pandemic, but they are worried about their future, because we don't know that how many time does we have for this fear, because it is unlimited. Day by day the situation is worsening, and there is no any cure in the world. So I think if I have the power to stop the time, it could be before the disease was spread all over the world. That is it.
Okay, great. Thank you. The third speaker I'm calling is Ali Asher Anjum. Do we have few with us? Ali Asher Anjum.
Yeah, I am.
Okay, great. So the word of the day is stagnate, and your topic is what if you could read minds? What if you could read minds?
Okay, I got that. What if I could read minds? So I am going to read all the minds around me, people, and being a curious man and on this planet, you would love to to read the minds of all the people, and and by doing so, I can and do good things and bad things, and and good things it can be it can remove conflicts and all those things, and by reading the minds I can also create conflicts like like, 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 doing backbiting of others and all those mischiefs. Reading a mind is if I imagine that I am just roaming around the street and I could read the minds and just know that okay, one of my friend is what he is thinking about me. So I think that is going to be a wonderful thing. But I think on other hand, this thing can be a worse off also. Can because a thing, a story or a phenomena that is in their mind and they not want to disclose it uh, for a reason actually. So why should e- e just just tell it to everyone? So might be I know that all the people around me love me as you all do. So I think that all one have very good things in their mind uh, regarding me. So yes, that's going to be a great experience. Over to you, TM Rusa Bosan.
Okay, thank you so much. The next speaker that we are calling is Asghar Ramzan. And TM Asghar Ramzan, can we have you?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so the topic for you is what if aliens landed in your backyard?
Oh, thank you, table topic master, and dear Toastmaster. Uh, uh, I think it would have been a miracle because I'm stagnated for the last of many days here, and I need somebody just to take me from here. My wife has just started to fight with me now because we have never been together for so many, time. And I think if the aliens comes, I will be the first one to leave with them somewhere far away where this COVID-19 could not find me. And not only I wish to go, I want to take many people, among them all members of KTC, because I can't be without Karachi Toastmaster Club, even I'm on the Mars or somewhere else. So please be prepared. Whenever such situation arises, I registered all of you, and I have already taken your contact number, and I will be taking all of you with me. The only thing I will not be able to take is Zaid Kalia, because because I think if this world somehow survives, the world needs him, and he should be here. If not anything else, at least he'll be able to recreate another Karachi Toastmaster Club. But I'm taking at any cost DTM Talha bin Ahmed with me, because I need more Toastmaster Club beyond this world, and he is the only one to help me out in that regard. To you, table topic master.
Okay. Thank you so much, TM Asghar. Very thoughtful of you. And certainly it shows that the quarantine has really made us all crazy. Okay, so can I ask the timer if everyone has qualified? We had 4 speakers.
Yes, everyone has qualified.
Okay, thank you. May I please request you all to please vote for your best table topic speaker? And
Toastmaster Urusa Mohsen, can you repeat the names of the speaker?
Yeah, sure. So the names of the speaker are Malik Dilawar Tareen, Abdul Halim, Ali Ashar, and TM Asghar.
Okay, great. So everyone, please send your votes privately via Zoom message or via WhatsApp to me, so that I can compile the results. And I'm still waiting for the votes for best prepared speeches, because I've only received 3. So please write best prepared speech and best table topic speech and send the vote to me either via private message here or via WhatsApp. Thank you.
Thank you. Over to you, TM Urusa.
Okay, now we will start the most prized session, the evaluation session. And for that, I would like to call our very own Program Quality Director, Toastmaster DTM Z Kalia.
Hello, everyone. I hope you are enjoying the session.
Yes.
And I'm glad to see your bright faces, except for Asghar Ramzan. So because he's hiding and he has turned off the video, that's why I couldn't see his bright face. Yeah. So let's start evaluation session. Evaluation session is the most important session of Toastmasters meeting. And as I'm sure you all know why it is important. It is important because I'm conducting it. It is important because you all love me. It is important because evaluation is the feedback of champion, breakfast of champion. And it is very important that we should know what are our strengths and what are the areas on which we can improve upon. So let's start this exciting session. And I would like to invite first evaluator, Toastmaster Imran Rana, with a big round of applause.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator. Toastmaster Farhan Jaswal was delivering his first project from level 3. This project was all about the proposal, and the proposal was social distancing, the need of the hour. Toastmaster Farhan Jaswal started with a little humor, and then his proposal was a very well speech, because it has an opening, and then there was a body, and then there was a conclusion. During his speech, he brought about his own personal story, about how when he moved from Karachi to Lahore, he put himself to quarantine. That was necessary because since in Karachi that disease were there, that's why he put himself in quarantine. During his speech, he was sitting at one place. If he could if he could deliver this speech, means make an area for himself, locate an area for himself and deliver that speech with proper standing and with proper gestures. So that will also help and support his speech. But they were not there. Then finally, he discussed during his speech, he discussed about the social distancing and how can we do social distancing, and he told us about measures that in current era we are having zooming and we are having WhatsApp and we are different apps so that we can connect 24 hours. So overall the speech was good. I just wanted to ask him, I hope he was not reading the speech, because it looks like that the speech the material was in front of him and he's just reading that. I hope
I
that it wasn't
I made
like
some
that.
bullet points for me to remember my speech.
Okay, no worries, no worries. Overall, it was a good speech, but if you could deliver that speech with a standing gesture, posture, that would be wonderful, or with supporting that your gesture support that speech, that would be wonderful. Overall, it was good, and thank you very much for completing your project. Congratulations. Thank you. Over to you, General Balvita.
Thank you, Toastmaster Imran. Now I would like to invite another evaluator, Toastmaster Ali Hasnan, with a big round of applause.
Thank you, Toastmaster Zaid Kalia. And I'll be evaluating TM Shamam. About her project, she was to apply skills needed to successfully lead in a volunteer organization and share her experience of serving as leader as a volunteer. It was like a feast to the eyes and the ears. The way she presented the project, it was one amazing example what we can learn from. Starting with the areas identified as her strengths. The facial expressions she had perfectly in line with what she was saying. The smooth flow of expressions, that was wonderful. Then the comfort level she had, probably she has already been into online meetings, and I could see she has that comfort of giving speeches or coming on screen. That was wonderful. Then the gestures, perfectly in line with what she was saying. The clarity of words, I could clearly listen and identify each and every word she was saying. Slightly, the areas of improvement I identified, although it was hard to identify areas of improvement when talking about TM Shamam, but only one identified was the vocal variety. I found the entire speech on the higher note, like whatever the case was, whether it be the story or her analysis or her part as a volunteer leader. In all the cases, the voice was on higher note. For example, when she was sharing the second case of mother and son, and she could have used the lower note of voice to make it more interesting. Son, look, the girl of your dream is right here. Something like that on the lower note rather than on the higher note. That would have been more appropriate and more interesting. The best part was she successfully managed to pose questions, intrigue the audience, engage them, and shared her own story as well as the one she observed. A combination of all the stories that kept us interested. If I were to identify the areas you excelled at, I would say the understanding of how to use the camera. You could use like this from distance, from all the possible angles that one can use on the camera online. You excelled at that. And then your spontaneous expressions. Most of the people have to work on their expressions. They have to practice it. And I'm sure in your case, it was all natural, all spontaneous. And I really enjoyed that part. Just to challenge yourself, Do not stagnate with the vast skill set you have. Try to come up with the more vocal variety. And I'm sure the time is not far away when I see you conquering the stage of KTC very soon. That's all from my side. Over to the TM Zad Kalia. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ali Hasnan. And now I would like to invite the legend, District Director, DTM Toastmaster Samir.
Thank you very much, DTMZ. Toastmaster Mariam, she started well about the casual sunny afternoon and the fire alarm not going off, and how she had to run up to the 6th floor with her brothers. She also had extremely nice dialogue, Mom, did you know? But the fact is that I think that she could have used more inflection because she had run up 6 floors. She was breathless. And she said, mother, you know, there's a fire there. There's a fire down there. Please, we have to go. We have to go. That panic had to be shown, I felt, because she had run up 6 floors. Then, of course, her mother did the most Asian thing. And you left the bicycle? I love that. I just loved it. You left the bicycle? Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And then her mother doing everything like putting the documents in a bag, taking the valuables, and then, of course, shutting the windows. That was absolutely the most motherish thing, Pakistani or Asian motherish thing I can think of. And also like the dialogue, but I could have also said a little bit of inflection that you never help because your maid is standing there and you're a princess, aren't you? A little bit of taunting. That would have been more, that would have really added a bit more zing to it. And then Elena, when she's telling her mother not to take the elevator, I would have liked to hear her scream a bit, "Mother, please, what are you doing, mommy? You cannot do this, you cannot do this, you have to take the stairs." You know, the panic. It had to be there. And at the end, I loved the way the mother jumped in the auto rickshaw and went off. But it could have even been better if he had ended with a little taunt at the end. She could have told the neighbor that, "Oh, you know, Alina, does nothing. She just looks on the phone all the time. So now you have to take care of the house too. Be careful now," and then gone. What the objectives were, were the audience entertained? I don't know, because it's so difficult to tell in this online setting, but I loved it. I liked the way you built up the whole situation. The dialogue was wonderful. I also liked the way you stood up on it, and I think you had a tripod, or maybe not, but we could see your whole body, the language, the whole body movement was fantastic. You could have done a little more dramatic gestures like wringing your hand. "Oh, for God's sakes, mother, please, mother, please." I mean, that kind of, I think, added a little more impact to the entertaining stories. Perhaps some more vivid words, like all Alina could think about is that we're going to be burnt, a whole family will die today because of the stupid apartment. There were a few connectivity problems, but I think it's just the way the internet is. But on the whole, I loved it. Your dialogue was good. You built up the situation. I feel that if you had added a bit more inflection, a bit more pitch, a bit more panic, it would have really made the speech from 100% to 110%. But on the whole, fantastic job. Well done, Mariam. We're proud of you. Over to you, DTMZ.
Thank you, DTM Samir. Our timer, Toastmaster Imran Rana, everyone qualified?
Yes, everyone qualified.
So let's vote for the best evaluator from Toastmaster Imran Rana, Ali Hasnan, and DTM Samir Hamid Dodi. You can share your votes in a private message to our vote counter, DTM Tala bin Hamid. So let's move on to next evaluation session, which is table topic evaluation. And for this purpose, I would like to invite energetic member of KTC, Toastmaster Rama Unib, with a big round of applause.
So can we have a virtual round of applause for all of the people from Quetta who gave such, I think we should all have a virtual round of applause because they did such a good job with topics that all of us, even the most experienced Toastmasters, would find a little challenging. So good job for being brave and coming here. And what I would say is that what I really liked is that you guys jumped into the speech, you were creative with it. You were not scared to related to the current situation. What we do here at Toastmasters before starting a speech is that we like to greet the fellow Toastmasters and the guests. So maybe start off with that in the next speeches. And which some of you did, but not everyone, was to end with passing all over the charge to whoever is the table topic master. So starting off with the first speaker, who was Malik Dilawar. So Malik Dilawar, what if you woke up and there was no one on earth and you discovered that? And I think in the current situation, some of us might have those type of dreams that you wake up and the coronavirus has killed everyone, Allah na kare, but and then you're the only person who's there. But what I really liked is that you immediately jumped in with a movie because that was how you linked it up and it flowed beautifully. All I would say is that with practice, it will get better. But here I might add that the cameras were off for a lot of the speakers, and that really takes away from the quality of gestures, from the quality of facial expressions. And then I couldn't comment and I couldn't really understand what was going on. But from the voice that I heard, that it was a good job. Abdul Halim, your topic was what if time stopped? What I really liked about it is that you situated it in the current situation. You said, you know, it seems like time has stopped and we don't know how things are going to go forward. At first, it was a little hard grasping the topic, but you jumped right in. And with, as with other speakers, the flow will get better with practice. We had Ali Arshad, our third speaker. What if you could read minds? You said there would be good things and bad things. And the good thing about your speech was that you handed over the charge to the table topic. One thing that you could improve is that maybe the flow of the speech and how quickly ideas come to your mind, that will get better the more table topics you do. And lastly, we had our humorous speaker, Toastmaster Askar, who talked about aliens and taking Toastmaster to the aliens. And he's going to let us know when that's going to happen, and he's going to take us along. I would honestly not mind. Although I really agree with the balance of Toastmaster Z staying here, DTM Z staying here, and DTM Talha going on the planet, because they both have different skill sets. And I think this is perfectly suited. But the good thing with you was that your camera was on, your facial gestures were there, flow of speech was great from one idea to the other. I did, however, feel that because you have been coming on for a while and you're a little comfortable with the camera, maybe we can see this part of your, like this part, so you can use your hands to add a little bit more, because we're not seeing people face to face. But that, I hand the charge to the general evaluator, Toastmaster DTM, Saif Kalia.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster Rama Oneeb. And thankfully, you used DTM and you saved your membership. And now we are moving on and we are getting reports from our facilitators. And first of all is our word master, Toastmaster Saad.
Thank you very much, KTMZ. And the word of the day was stagnate. And as the meeting is short, so is my report. Two people, Master Shamam and Toastmaster Babar Ali Hassan. over to you.
Now, from next report, we will be getting from our passionate member, Madam Toastmaster Sidra Awan. Big round of applause.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much, TDM Kalia, for the introduction. I am sure that the era of COVID-19 has stagnated our lives, but I guess that's the way it should be for now, to stay alive, first of all. And since the meeting was quite brief, I could just kind of gathered a few instances for usage of grammar in my role. I'll just list them down in front of you. First, a word that I think that could have been used in a better way if the speaker would have said not come across rather than not came across, because it's the third form or the past participle form that he was using. So come, came, come. So not come across is better than not came across. Second instance, speaker used living body. He could have used I'm audible, right?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah. Okay. All right. The second instance, same speaker used a living body. He could have, he might in future you would like to use living being or living creature rather than living body. It's just sounds better to the ears. Third word was COVID-19 was first originated. Originated basically means beginning. So first was just an extra word. You could have just removed it. Originated in China or Wuhan, whatever. Then at first it wasn't pleasant, rather it was weird. There was such a phrase used by a speaker. At first, rather than you can use initially, it was not a good experience or a pleasant experience, and then you could go on with your speech. And one additional stuff that I've been hearing here, one word, I might be wrong, you can correct me. It's the pronunciation is quarantine. It's not quarantine. It can be quarantine as well somewhere, but as far as I have researched, it's quarantine. Then that's the pronunciation. You can always correct me if I'm wrong. I might learn it too. Then there was another phrase, how many time do we have? It's like how much time do we have or how long it's going to be like this. So how many is not a right usage. Next, it was I will be doing backbiting. You might want to use I might engage in backbiting. Is it sounds better, but rather than doing backbiting. So I might engage myself in backbiting and stuff. And then be prepared. Someone used be prepared. It's like be prepared. Be prepared, like D in the end. And that's the report. I could not have an unusual or novel usage or an awesome usage of grammar because of the internet problem, and I could not note any of the phrase that I would have shared with you guys. But for grammar and the errors and everything, it was this was it from my report. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Our next facilitator is fantastic Toastmaster Farhan, our counter.
Okay, so now coming to my role was to note down all the R's, and the non-filler words. And frankly speaking, I noted a lot of glitches and internet things. So putting all those aside, starting from myself, I observed myself using quite a lot of R's and arms. Next was TM Mariam. No such thing I noted from her speech. The next was TM Shamam. I noted one R. The next section was the table topics. There were 3 guests: Malik Dilawar, quite few R's and arms and hums. Abdul Halim guest, 3 times R's and arms. And another guest was Ali Asher, 3 arms and hums. And last was TM Asghar Ramzan. And I heard, I noted some R's and arms also. Then I also observed some R's and arms from stable topic Master Rusa, and no such thing from DTM Zaid Khalia, so you're all fine. Some R's from Imran Rana, TM Ali, all was fine. Then there was DTM Samir Saab, no such thing. And last but not the least was TM Rahma. So a couple of R's and arms. So that's all from my side. Thank you.
Our next report is from a servant of our club, that is president of Karachi Toastmaster Club, Toastmaster Imran Rana.
Thank you very much, Program Quality Director, General Evaluator, Distinguished Toastmasters at Kalia. So from prepared speeches, Toastmaster Farhan Jaswal took 7 minutes and 5 seconds. Toastmaster Mariam Arif took 7 minutes and 21 seconds. And Toastmaster Shamam took 6 minutes and 15 seconds. The allotted time was 5 minutes to 7 minutes. In table topics, our first speaker, Malik Dilawar, took 1 minute and 36 seconds. Then Abdul Halim took 1 minute and 7 seconds. Ali Asher took 2 minutes and 29 seconds. Toastmaster Asghar took 1 minute and 51 seconds. In prepared speech evaluation, Toastmaster Imran Rana took 2 minutes. Toastmaster Babar Ali Hasnan took 3 minutes. DTM Samir took 3 minutes and 9 seconds. Table topic evaluation, Toastmaster Rahma took 2 minutes and 24 seconds, and allotted time was 2 minutes and 30 seconds. All the facilitators were in time. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Imran Rana. Now be ready. It's time for my report. It's a wonderful initiative by Karachi Toastmasters Club to have a showcase meeting for Quetta. And I'm expecting that they will go to Hyderabad, Sakkar, and other cities of Pakistan. And it's a good initiative. And I also received a call from India that they want another joint meeting. So our club is progressing, and it's a good sign that we are leading from front. Second, Journal Evaluator joined the meeting late, so I cannot commit on time, but I know that we started within grace time, which is 15 minutes. So that was wonderful. Wonderful prepared speeches, because amazing Toastmasters were there, and we cannot expect less quality speed. They were amazing use of gestures, and in virtual setting to deliver a good speech using hand gestures, using space. It's a commendable job done by Toastmaster Shamam, Farhan, and Mariam. Next was table topic session, were very interesting. Toastmaster Rusa Mohsin picked wonderful topics, and given the opportunity to speak to guests from our city of Quetta, and they were the amazing speakers, that they didn't got the fear in their mind, and they spoke very well. And it was rightly mentioned by Master Rama for them. And similarly, for to avoid dizziness and sleepiness, I would request everyone, if your internet is good, keep your video on so that a journal evaluator can see none of you are sleeping, and you are attentive and you're listening all the time. And it will encourage our speaker, because they can see in the gallery that people are interested in listening to you. So it's a advice from a legend. Take it. Second, what we can do in virtual meeting, we can have another additional role of Zoom master, who can control the mics, who can control spotlighting the speaker, spotlighting the timer, and it can help us in maintaining a decorum of virtual meeting. And those of you who are turning on their video on my request, you are amazing people, but make sure that you are coming inside the frame of your camera so that people can see you. We don't want to see your books. We don't want to see your fan. We don't want to see the ceiling. So try to adjust this. It will come with practice. So all our facilitators did a wonderful job. For our counter, I would request to count number of hours and then total how many hours and ums, totaling of 16 or 10 or 5, whatever number is, so that people know that they are improving in positive side or negative side. So I would end my journal evaluation with congratulating all the participants to taking out time from 9 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. And you are amazing people. And I'm afraid of the future, that when our meetings will start from 10 and then start from 11 and then 12. So please, we need to reconsider this. So now I would like to hand over charge back to our amazing Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Tala and Toastmaster Usa.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
DTMZ.
DTMZ. Okay. Now I would like to call the votes for Big Four. And the Big Four are myself and DTM Talha, Table Topic Master, Toastmaster Rusa Mohsin, Table Topic Evaluator, Toastmaster Rehma, and the General Evaluator, DTM Z. Please vote and send your votes privately to DTM Tala, either on WhatsApp or on the chat box. Now I'd like to hand the charge back to the President.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Urusa and Toastmaster Talha. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone, for your time and for your efforts. Let's have a brief comments from our guest from Quetta. So one by one, I request all the guests from Quetta to please say something about today's meeting. How did they find today's meeting? Abdul Halim. Abdul Halim sir, are you with us?
Yes, sir. I'm here. First of all, I would like to thank each one of you because it was a great meeting. I was not expecting that I would be having a meeting with such kind of great people like in front of me. I was not well aware of the Toastmaster, that how is it being run. But today was my first meeting and I enjoyed because I was learning that how the Toastmaster is being run. The jobs being assigned, the grammatical mistakes which has been pointed out by Sidra, and the general evaluator, most special one, Zaid, Kalia, and each one of you, every one of you is doing a great job. And I'm happy that I have joined, and I would love to have my participation in future too. As it was my first meeting, so I was not mentally prepared, but it will take some time to learn the norms and the topics and how to get prepared, like the topic which has been assigned to me by Urusa. I was not well aware about that, what I'm supposed to say, but next time we will be inshallah prepared to speak on the topics being assigned to us. So I'm so much thankful to all of you that we are having that kind of good meetings, virtual meetings from Toastmaster. And especially I'm so much thankful to Talha who helped me because I wanted to start Toastmaster in Quetta City, but I didn't have any contact with anyone. So Talha was the first person who guided me, and he appreciated this effort. And that's why we all are also struggling to make many participants from our Quetta. So thank you, Talha. Thanks, every one of you, for your participation.
Thank you very much, Abdul Halim Saab. Honestly speaking, no one is mentally prepared for table topics. Moving on to our, before moving on to our next guest, I'll actually would like to hand over the charge this to Toastmaster Talha. Toastmaster Talha, I request you to please take comments from rest of the people from Quetta. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Imran. First of all, thank you so much, Abdul Halim and Dilawar. And we had Kinza too joining from Quetta. Thank you so much, and we are here for you. We're here to help you start the club. We can have the next showcase meeting at whatever time you choose. Just let me know through the WhatsApp group. Malik Dilawar, we would like your comments on the meeting, please.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. Yeah, the Toastmaster platform, actually, as Abdul Alim, I'm also a newcomer at this platform, but slowly and gradually I'm coming to know the meaning of this platform. I found many new things that could benefit us in future in sense of being a good leader. And yeah, I found it very interesting by that Toastmaster Sidra Aman pointed the mistakes that we made. So that's kind of a very learning and interesting thing that I'm being part of this. Thank you for the opportunity, Sir Talha. And yeah, we will learn, and hopefully we will be a Toastmaster in future. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Malik Dilawar. You're already Toastmasters, because let me tell you one thing. The way you two spoke in table topics, everyone was thoroughly impressed. I have lots of WhatsApp messages as evidence of that. So, mashallah, you are born speakers, and you are much, much better than when I started. So, again, my offer is open. Let's establish this club. Let's start having pre-charter meetings. Time and day you guys can decide and inform me. Don't worry about the charter and membership fees right now. We can start having pre-charter meetings, and then we can gather more people and go towards establishing this club. I would now ask a very special guest all the way from Qatar, Toastmaster Bilal Mahmood. Please share your feedback about this meeting.
Thank you very much, Talha bin Hamid. You can all hear me? Yeah, good. So first of all,
Yeah, we can hear you.
I think I'm the first person who, yeah, okay, thank you. I think I'm the first person who gives you comments as soon as something has been uploaded on the Facebook on Karachi Toastmaster Club, because I love to see that page. And the people in it, they are basically, I think, they are the trendsetters in Karachi Toastmaster. And thanks to coronavirus, that we are now, I'm able to see you all of you in front of me. But to be honest, I have also given a comment that it is very difficult to meet to the standards that Karachi Toastmaster has set up for all of us. Everything, like the VP, the public relation vice president, is doing an excellent job. Secretary, the way he is preparing the bulletin, we already started. Thank you, Talha. You have forwarded me the meeting bulletin. I already talked with Vice Secretary. So believe me, I've learned a number of things. And today I'm very fortunate. I'm fortunate and unfortunate, both. Unfortunate because I started late, and in the middle of the table topics, my children pulled me out because I grabbed their room. But fortunate because I have learned such a quality speeches like Mariam, Shamam. They have given, unfortunately, I didn't hear the first speaker, but the way you have selected the speakers and the evaluators like DTM Samir, it was stunning. And exactly you have done, if I can tick mark all of the boxes, you have done everything exactly what need for the showcase meetings. Excellent. And this is my, I think, third or fourth showcase meeting I have attended here in a number of, but if I can rate this meeting, I can rate it number 1 because you have selected evaluators and those so that you can present. I'm very happy to hear about Abdul Halim and other guest feedback. It was stunning. And as a neutral person, I'm very happy to see you. You're doing a very good job. Talha bin Hab, I have no words to express myself, how much impressed I am from you. The way you are delivering, the quality that Allah Ta'ala has bestowed is the synergizing. And the way you are communicating, and then you as part of CGD, I think you have done a very good job. I wish all that, please give all a round of applause. And Karachi Toastmaster Club is very, very awesome, very fortunate. They have excellent, like Zaid Kalia. Oh my God, what a brilliant evaluation he has given. He has told me things like Zoom monitor. I will use the same things in my club. And I wish you all the very best, not only to Karachi Toastmaster Club, but all the clubs that you are working for, which you are sponsoring, and you are doing a very good job. At the end, thank you very much for being accepting me to be part of this meeting. Thank you very much. Over to Talha bin Hamid.
Thank you so much, Bilal Saab. Those were some amazing and flattering words, frankly. I'm quite embarrassed at this moment. But I share your gratitude for all the people present here today. Personally, since this was initially my initiative, I couldn't have dreamed that we would have such a lineup of speakers and evaluator. We have our district director, our PQD, our area director, who all came at a very inconvenient time to join this meeting. So I couldn't be more grateful. I couldn't be more grateful to the speakers today who delivered positively amazing speeches. I know we say this a lot, but today they were really amazing. I'm literally out of words. The evaluations were incredible. And I'm so grateful to people in Quetta. I know they've been facing some horrible connectivity issues, but they kept at it and they ultimately made it to the meeting. Again, my message to people in Quetta is that the recording of this meeting will be shared with you guys. You should share it with each and every one you know. Secondly, when do you want to have the next meeting? Just let me know and we will inshallah arrange it for you. You saw how many people assembled here for a showcase meeting at this time. So you can be assured that you have all of our support, and we would love to be the first ones to establish a Quetta Toastmasters Club, inshallah. With that, I hand over the floor now to my co-host, my wonderful VP Education, who just fresh off arranging day before yesterday's absolutely blockbuster meeting with Elite Toastmasters Club Kolkata. She arranged this meeting amazingly well as well. I couldn't be more grateful to her. So Toastmaster Rusa, the floor is yours. Please let us have your thoughts.
Thank you, DTM Talha. I'm having a little bit of connectivity issues. I could not follow your the last part of what you said.
Okay, now can you hear me? Yeah, so I was just expressing my gratitude to you for arranging this meeting, this amazing agenda. This was far better than whatever I dreamed of for this showcase meeting. And that was on top of you arranging the whole meeting with Kolkata's Elite Toastmasters Club just 2 days back. You have been constantly at it, and I couldn't be more grateful to you. I would like to hear your thoughts on the meeting, and then we can go for the voting.
Okay. Thank you so much for those nice and kind words. The meeting, of course, this meeting is absolutely nice, absolutely stunning. I would say all the jewels of KTC are right now shining on my screen, and it couldn't be better. I think maybe if we had 50 members attending, maybe that would have been a little bit more shocking or nicer. But anyways, this is amazing. And yes, we should have more meetings like this for Quetta. And like PQD said, we should have more meetings for more cities. It is a very good idea. And I think we can work towards that.
Thank you so much,
Over
TM
to
and
you,
Rusa.
DTM.
Yeah, thank you so much, TM and Rusa. And my message to each and everyone who's listening in on this meeting, including the district leadership, including everyone, whoever you want a showcase meeting for, we will try to arrange it at your desired time with your desired audience, because we are having the advantage of not having to meet physically. So in some ways that's far more difficult than normal, but in other ways it presents a set of opportunities. So we are there for you. And with that, Mr. President, do I have your permission to announce the votes for today?
Yes, since you are the vote counter, so you have to announce the winners.
So our best speaker for today, it was neck and neck throughout the meeting, but in the end, Toastmaster Shamam Khan walked away with the prize. Okay, our best table topic speaker was none other than Toastmaster Mohammad Asghar. And our best evaluator for the day was, any guesses?
DTM Samir.
Of course, that's who everyone voted for, DTM Samir. So congratulations. And our best big four, again, a very, very interesting contest. And Toastmaster Rahma Uneeb just edged out a victory here. So congratulations.
Congratulations.
So your
and she's back in business.
Yeah, with a bang. So Toastmasters, your certificates will be electronically submitted very shortly. I hand over the floor back to our president.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Tanha, and thank you very much once again, Toastmaster Urusa, for arranging such a wonderful meeting, such a nice showcase meeting. And Quetta, we really want to help you, and we'll be there for you if you need another showcase meeting or pre-charter meeting. We will be more than happy to help you. So with that, I would like to thank all of you for taking precious time for this meeting. So take great care of yourself. After every passing of day, we will be closer towards the better situation. With that, take great care of yourself and take precautionary measures of what we call social distancing. With that, thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.
Okay, everyone, goodbye and a big round of applause. And see you again, inshallah.
See you.
See you. Bye bye.
Allah Hafiz. Bye bye.
Allah Hafiz. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Thank you.
Allah Hafiz.